سبحان ربي الأعلى بحمدي سبحان ربي الأعلى بحمدي سبحان ربي الأعلى بحمدي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. وبعد, Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters in Islam. My name is Muhammad Awwal. I'm a Nigerian from Nigeria, indigenous of Niger State, a Datiro Kogame, Niger State, a village called Go inside a Datiro Kogame. That is where I'm from, that's mountain, that's my village. I'm in the People tribe. This is my continuation of number 2 video. This is my continuation of number 2 video. So I come to this Lagos, not far from Televim, so I'm living inside Lagos in the area. Lagos in the area. Masarata outside Lagos. So every time when you come to that mall, that's why you find me, that's where I'm living. My business is selling once, that's what I'm saying. So it's still about criminal Arab. About a Togu, those who are turn their face worshiping deities. That is the Muslim of these days. Then, when the shining light comes from heaven to the Kaaba, criminal Arab that used to drive away with them from the shining light allow their culture to run the shining light. When the shining light comes from heaven to Kaaba before the Ramadan period, Arab Imam used to drive. You see, when we go to Surah Al-Zumar, chapter 30, 9 of Rukwa verse 75 said, وَتَرَى الْمَلَائِكَةَ حَافِينَ مِنْ حَوْلِ الْعَرْشِ يُسَبِّحُونَ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّهِمْ وَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ وَقِيلَ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. And then you see the angel rounded the throne of Almighty Allah with all round. يُسَبِّحُونَ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّهِمْ. They provide the praise of Almighty Allah, thanking Him. Then the verse said, وَقُضِيَ بَيْنَهُمْ بِالْحَقِّ. Say all the creation, all the human being creation will be done true. Then the verse said, وَقِيلَ الْحَمْدُ لِلَّهِ رَبِّ الْعَالَمِينَ. Say all praise and thank be to Allah, Allah of Alam. So you see, then وَتَرَى الْمَلَائِكَةَ حَافِينَ مِنْ حَوْلِ الْعَرْشِ. You will see the angel rounding the throne of Almighty Allah with all round. In the Bayt al-Ma'amur, in the house, proper to the Kaaba, in the heaven, angel will round the throne of Almighty Allah with all round. Some people, they will find the Prince of Almighty Allah attacking. Then, when the shining light comes from heaven to Kaaba before the Ramadan period, is the Muslim of the whole world, they want to round that shining light with all round. Some people, they will provide the Prince of Almighty Allah attacking him the way the angels are doing. So you see, this is how it is. But today, Arab Imam, when the shining light comes from heaven, Kaaba, they used to drive away Muslim from that shining light, allowing their culture to run the shining light, performing their culture. When our Muslim ask them, say, why are you doing this? They say that that's their culture. So you see, Arab Imam, they supported their culture, performing their culture. Then the way of their culture, that's what their forefather. The way of their forefather, that's what the pagan got. The way of the pagan got, that's what the deities that they subscribe to Almighty Allah. Then those deities, they are female deities, leaving Allah and the whole Quran and prophets outside. The reason why I say leaving Allah and the whole Quran and prophets aside. So you see, about those who are told their face watchmen, they see. That's what I'm saying. The reason why I say leaving Allah and the whole Quran and prophets aside, because whatever Allah doesn't want, that's what they are telling you to do. Whatever they are telling you to do is now written inside the Quran. Then when we come to the Salat, when we continue about Salat, the Muslim of this is, when you explain a way in between, meaning the best part of the Quran for our Muslim, a way between, a way that Allah choose for us in Salat, said in Surah Al-Isra, chapter 71, verse 1, and the end of the verse said, وَلَا تَجْعَلْ بِصَلَاتِ. The verse said, وَلِدُ اللَّهُ وَعُذُ الرَّحْمَنِ أَيَّامَا تَدَوَّلُ وَالْأَسْمَاءُ اللَّهِ الْحُسْنَى وَلَا تَجْعَلْ بِصَلَاتِكَ وَلَا تُخَافِتْ بِهَا وَابْتَغِ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ سَبِيلًا. He said, call Allah or call Ar-Rahman, by whatever name we call him, same for him belongs the best name. Then the first command said, وَلَا تَجْعَلْ صَلَاتِكَ نَيْدًا. Allah is running dollar side. See, that is first one. The second command said, وَلَا تُخَافِتْ بِهَا, you hide it, meaning don't hide the slide. See, that's second part of one. Then the third command said, وَابْتَغِ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ سَبِيلًا, but follow your way. That is the third part one. Then this way between is for you to adjust your voice, meaning you will neither loud nor high. It's for you to adjust your voice. All your salat, since that from salat to salat zuhr, salat asr, salat maghrib, salat isha, shafa and witr, nafilah, tasbih, all your salat, all your recitation salat, all your recitation tasbih, all your recitation in du'a, you will adjust your voice. You will neither loud nor high. Unless somebody come closer to you, you will hear as if this particular person is reciting. That's how it is. But today, when you explain this one to our Muslims, they come with a charge, complain that this a way in between is until when you finish salat when you finish salat, when you come to perform to I, that's where you adjust your voice. You see, this is a work of criminality. Command of Almighty Allah say, after they finish salat, and after they finish salat, That's the time that you, when you come to perform the eye, that time you adjust your voice, you follow a way between. And then this is a way between when you go Surah Al-Anfal chapter 8 verse 24 said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu istajibu lillahi wa lirasulihi idha da'akum lima yuhyikum wa'lamu anna Allaha yahinul bainal mar'i wa bainahu ilayhi turja'un. Oh, you who believe, answer Allah and His messenger when He call you to that which is giving life, and know that Allah come in between person and son, and into Him shall all come. He say, wa'lamu anna Allaha yahinul bainal mar'i wa bainahu, and know that Allah come in between person and son. Then He give you command in Surah chapter 17 verse 10, end of the verse said, but follow a way between. So you see, a way between, so all matter does not have that. Then this way between is for you to adjust your voice. All your recitation in Salat, all your recitation in Tasbih, all your recitation into I, you will adjust your voice, meaning you will neither love nor hate. Then that is third one, that is way between, that's when the Nasar choose for, that's way for Allah. Then the name of a way between, way of Allah, that is best one. So when you explain to our Muslim, they bring a chant that this one, after you finish Salat, when you come to perform the eye, that time you adjust your voice. Then, as a result of this thing that they say, that's why I come with a question, ask them the question. That's the question, which is Arab Imam down to the Imam road, down to the Muslim road, that are loud in the Salat and hide some. The question is, the louding of Salat that Muslim of this are doing, the louding and hiding that the Muslim of this are doing their Salat. That louding Salat that they are louding with the hiding that they are hiding, where is it written inside of Quran? Where did Allah write say that we should loud our Salat? That we are louding our Salat to be and part of Salat Maga, part of Salat. And then where Allah writes inside of Quran say that we should hide our Salat. I searched the Quran from cover to cover. I didn't see it. I searched the whole Quran. Every surah from starting to the end. Every ayah from starting to the end. Every word I searched it. I never see where Allah said that we should loud our Salat and then we should hide some. So, this is the question. I'm waiting for the answer from Arab Imam down to the Imam of the world, down to the Muslim of the world that allowed the Salat and high soul. Where is it written? It's only one single verse Allah is played in the Holy Quran. And then that one is a warning. That verse which is in Surah Al-Israel, chapter 17, verse 10, end of the verse. That verse said, Wala tajal salatka. Don't loud the Salat. Allah warned us said, Wala tajal salatka. Don't loud the Salat. That's first command. The second command say, Wala tuqabida, don't hide it. That's second command. Then the third command say, Wabtagi bayna zalik salat, but follow a way between. So you see, this third command. So you see, the louding and hiding all together, Allah want us not to do them all. The louding and hiding that the Muslims are doing their Salat is not written inside of Quran. Therefore, the Quran has cast outside the truth by the that part, Prophet Allah tell us not to loud it and then not hide. The louding and hiding all together, Allah want us not to do them all. You know, give us third command. Say, Wabtagi bayna zalik salat, but follow a way between. This is the way between for you to adjust your voice, meaning you will neither loud nor hide it. So look at it. So you see, this is what Allah said. So I am asking a question. Where is it written inside of Quran that they should go allow the Salat and go hide some? Arab Imam that allowed the Salat down to the Imam road, down to the Muslim road that allowed the Salat. This is a question to them, and I'm waiting for the answer for that. That's it. Then you will adjust the louding and hiding all together. Allah want us to do them all. He now give us short command. He said, but fully webty. This webty is for you to adjust your voice. All your recitation Salat, all your recitation Tasbih, all your recitation Dua, you will adjust your voice, meaning you will neither loud nor hide. Then that is not what that's webty, that's adjust for. Then that's the way of Allah. Then the name of a way between a way of Allah, that is best part of one. Another one when we got Surah Zumar chapter 39 verse 18 said, Alladhina yastami'una al-qawla fayattabi'una al-ahsan. Ulaika hadahumullah wa ulaika humul ulul albab. He said, those who listen to a word and follow the best part thereof, those are whom Allah has rightly regarded, and those are men of understanding. You see, the whole Quran is a word of Almighty Allah. When you listen to the whole Quran and then you follow the best part thereof, a way between is a way of Almighty Allah. Then the name of a way between, a way of Almighty Allah, that is best of. Then this a way between, if the Muslim road follow a way between, a way of Almighty Allah in their Salat, meaning they adjust their voice, all the recitation your Salat, all the recitation your Dua, all the recitation your Tasbih, all the recitation your Dua. You adjust voice, meaning you will neither love nor hide. Unless somebody come closer to you, you will be hearing as if this particular person is reciting. Your recitation will be like this. You see, and I love nor hide it. Unless somebody come closer to you, you will hear as if this particular person is reciting. This is how it is. Then, if the Muslim follow away between a way that searches for us in fasting. And then they follow away between a way that searches for us in judgment when they judge justice. And then they follow away between a way that searches for us in our activities. Then those are whom Allah has rightly regarded. And then those are men of understanding. So you see, then the name of the way between Awwal Muhammed, that's the best one of mine. That's it there. Then Allah said, Wala tajal salatka, don't loud the salat. Wala tuqabil biha, don't hide the salat. So you see, the louded and hiding all together, Allah wants us to do them all. Then he now gives us what and say, what the give pain that but fully wait. Then this way is way to adjust away. You will not allow the hiding. So Allah says, Wala tajal salatka, don't loud the salat. Wala tuqabil, don't hide it. Then the louded and hiding all together, Allah wants us not to do them all. He now gives us what and say, what? Not to do them all. The louding and hiding that most of these are doing their salah is not written somewhere. Therefore, the workman has cast out that louding and hiding has cast outside. That's why back to them where you find it written inside the hadith of Prophet. That's why you find that you go allow the salah go high. And then when the Arab Imam comes, they say that this hadith of Prophet is an explanation one. Then is that how the hadith of Prophet Muhammad is explained one? Allah said, what of said that we should not allow the salah and we should not hide it. Wala tajal salatka, wala tuqabiha. What the give that salah? Don't allow the salah, don't hide it, but follow away with it. They now wait for a right inside the hadith of Prophet, which Arab Imam auto a lie of Prophet. Say that he says so. You now went for a lie, a right inside, say that we should allow the salah, why hide some? And then when the Arab Imam comes, they used to say that this hadith of Prophet Muhammad is an explanation one. Then is that how the hadith of Prophet is explanation one? Therefore, the hadith of Prophet Muhammad is not an explanation one. But what is explaining that Prophet Muhammad has disobeyed Allah. Has disobeyed Allah. When Allah gave him command to go and tell your Ummah, said, Wala tajal salatka, don't allow the salah. That is first of all. The second command said, Wala tuqabiha, don't hide the salah. That's the second command. Then the third command said, Wabtaki, pay the salah, but follow it. So instead of Prophet Muhammad to go and deliver the message exactly the one Allah sent him, no, he didn't deliver. He now went for and disobeyed Allah and telling his Ummah his own desire, say that he should go allow the salah and then go ahead. That is what the hadith of Prophet is explaining, which Arab Imam ought to Allah of Prophet. That's what it's explaining. It's not an explanation one, but what is explaining is explaining that Prophet has disobeyed Allah. Therefore, whosoever follows the teaching of the hadith, he has misled himself. Then, a way in between, a way that searches for us, so that the woman to give pain is but follow away with it. That we should adjust our voice. We should not loud enough. There's no Imam has ever Islam. There's no Imam has ever Islam. Then that one, are they trying to tell us that Prophet Muhammad didn't deliver the message? Are they trying to tell us that Prophet Muhammad didn't deliver the message? The way between outside and command us to follow to adjust our voice. Meaning you would not allow the hajj. There's no Imam has ever Islam. Then that one, are they trying to tell us that Prophet Muhammad didn't deliver the message? Therefore, that hadith of Prophet is not explaining one, but what is explaining that Prophet has this well. Therefore, whosoever follows the teaching of the hadith, he has misled himself. Then again, the Imam that used to come to preach used to tell you that you are going to enter paradise, you are going to enter paradise. Are you sure that you are going to enter paradise? Why the command of Almighty Allah, you are not following? Allah said, tell you to say, Wala tajal salatka, don't allow the salah. Wala tuqabiha, don't hide it. What the give pain is that but follow away with it. Then you now wait for and do your own desire. Wait for allow the salah, and then wait for an high song. And then when our Imam come to preaching, they used to tell you that you are going to enter paradise. You are going to enter paradise. Are you sure that you are going to enter paradise? Therefore, the whole Quran today, the whole Quran has proved to us that the Muslims of these days that are allowed in the salah and high song, they will not enter the paradise that is inside the Quran. Because that louding and hiding that you are doing your salah is not written inside the Quran. Therefore, the Quran has cast it outside and throw it back there. The Quran has rejected it. So that one has proved to us that the Muslim of these days that they are allowed in the salah and high song, they will not enter the paradise that is inside the Quran. But I don't know whether the Arab Imam that give you that command, they have a paradise which they consulted and they put you in. I doesn't know whether the Arab Imam that gave you command said that you should go allow the salah and go high song, they have a paradise which they constructed that they put you in. Therefore, any Muslim who want to enter the paradise that is inside the Quran, except those one who follow a way that Allah says for us in our salah. Meaning the best part of what you adjust your voice, you will not allow to hide all your salat, all your recitation salat, all your recitation tasbah, all your recitation dua. You will adjust your voice. You will not allow to hide unless somebody comes closer to you. As if this particular person is outside. That's how it will look like. Follow a way between what Allah choose for us in the fasting, a way between a way that Allah choose for us in judgment and in all activity. Then those one they are the one that will enter the paradise that is inside the woman. This one is not from me, but it's one that proves so. Therefore, the louding and hiding that most of the are doing the salah, the whole one has cast outside, has rejected. So you see, whatever Allah doesn't want, that's what they are telling you to do. Whatever they are telling you to do is not written inside Quran. Then again, when we come to the fasting, Allah said, Allah said, give us, choose a way in between for us in fasting, meaning the best one in fasting. And then that one when we go to Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 187, end of the verse said, وَقُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ ثُمَّ أَتِمُّوا الصِّيَامَ اللَّيْلِ. He said, eat and drink until what red down appear to you, they stem from black red. Then now says, ثُمَّ أَتِمُّوا الصِّيَامَ اللَّيْلِ. Then break a fast till nightfall. Till nightfall. So see, then the verse said, وَقُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ. Eat and drink until one red down appear to you, they stem from black red. When you look at the sky has three signs. The sign of brightness, and the sign of darkness, and the sign of when the sky is blue. You see, that is three signs. There's a concrete proof for the division of the Quran into three parts. Then, when we come to the part one, when the sky is with brightness, that is during the day. That's a long distance hours. It's take from morning to the evening. That's a long distance hours. It take almost 12 hours. You see, that time is very wide. That is false for Quran. Then, when the sky is with darkness, that is during the night. That's night to daybreak. That's a long distance hour. That takes almost 12 hours. You see, that time is very wide. That's second part one. But when the sky is blue, it's some minute. It takes some minute. You see, that time is not wide. It's tiny. You see, that is third part one. That is the way in between. That's where Almighty Allah. Then the name of the way between Almighty Allah. That is the best one. So the white thread that comes in between. The white thread don't appear to you. The stem from black thread. That is when the sky is blue because that time is some minute. The time is tiny. It's not wide, it's tiny. The white thread that comes between the brightness and darkness, that is when the sky is blue. And then that time is so many. That time is not wide, it's tiny. Then that time, that is after Salat, when the sky is blue. Then that is time that Sir command us to stop eating man, meaning to take our fast. Then the verse says, Summa atimu siyama layli. Then break a fast until nightfall. Till nightfall. That is during the night, that is after Salat al-Maghrib, before Salat Shah, when the sky is blue. That's time that Allah command us to break our fasting. So you see, the same time you take a fasting, that same time you break a fast. So when the sky is blue, that is third for one. That's way between. That's where Almighty Allah. Then the name of Almighty Allah, that is best for one. So you see. So you see how this is how Allah explained for us to take our fasting, the time to take our fasting and then to break our fasting. But today, Arab Imam went forth and tell the Muslim that we should go and take our fasting before Salat Subuhi. When you look at the sky, you yourself, you bear witness yourself that the sky is with darkness. So you see, we have taken our fasting in the darkness. Then they now went forth and tell the Muslim that we should break our fasting before Salat al-Maghrib. Allah now went forth and explained in Surah Al-Swad, chapter 31, verse 2, said, فَقَالَ إِنِّي أَحَبَبْتُ حُبًّا خَيْرًا أَذْكِرْ رَبِّي حَتَّى تَوَرَّتِ الْجَابِ. I love this good, this horse. Instead of remember Allah, from Asr till when the play is over and the sun has hide at the bed of night. Tawarrat, that is when the sun has hide at the bed of the night. That is the time of Maghrib. When you look at the west, you will see the sun has gone down. You are seeing the redness of the sun. That time the sun is hiding. The sun is there. So you see. Sun is there. So Arab Imam went for and tell the Muslims that we should take our fasting before Salat Subuhi. When you look at the sky, you pay attention to yourself that side, the sky is with darkness. Then they now went for and say that we should break our fasting before Salat Maghrib. Allah now went for and he spent the time of Salat Maghrib in Surah Al-Swad said Tawarrat hijab, meaning the sun is hiding, meaning the sun is there. So you see, we have taken our fasting in the darkness and then we have break it in the day. And then that one, that command that they give it to you is not written inside the Quran. Therefore, the Quran has cast it outside and then throw it back to them. Where you find it written inside the hadiths of Prophet Muhammad, which Arab Imam auto and lie on Prophet Muhammad. That's where you find written said that we should take our fasting before Salat Subuhi when the skies were darkness, and then we should break our fasting before Salat Maghrib when the sun is hiding, meaning the sun is hiding. So see, we have taken our fasting in the darkness and then we break it in the day. And then when the Arab Imam come, they used to say that this hadith of Prophet Muhammad is an explanatory one. Then is that how the hadith of Prophet Muhammad is an explanatory one? Therefore, that hadith of Prophet Muhammad is not an explanatory one, but what is explaining that Prophet Muhammad has disobeyed Allah. When Allah gave him command that go and tell the Ummah, say that وَكُلُوا وَاشْرَبُوا حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ. Summa timusiyamile. He said, eat and drink unto white red. Don't appear to you the same from black red. That is after Salat Subi, when the sky is blue. That is white red, because that time is some minutes. That time is not white, it's tiny. That's white red. Then that time, after Salat Subi, when the sky is blue, that time, that's our command also. Stop eating, meaning to take our fasting. Then the verse says, Summa timusiyamile, then break your fasting tonight for that. That is tonight. That's tonight. That is after Salat Maghrib, before Salat, when the sky is blue. You see, the same time you take a fast, at the same time you break a fast. Then when the sky is blue, that is third one, that's Wemti, that's what all matter. Then the name of the Wemti of all matter, that is best one. So you see, this how it is. So instead of Prophet Muhammad to go and deliver the message exactly what Allah sent him, no, he didn't deliver. He now went for and telling his own desire, say that you go and take a fast. You should go and take a fasting before Salat when the sky is with darkness. Then you come and break a fasting before Salat Maghrib when the sun is hiding. Meaning when the sun is setting. So you see, you have taken a fasting in the darkness and then you are breaking the day. So you see, so that hadith of Prophet Muhammad. So that's what is explained. It's explained that Prophet Muhammad has disobeyed Allah. Therefore, whosoever follows the teaching of the hadith, he has misled himself. Then a way that Allah chooses for us in fasting, say that we should take our fasting. A way that Allah chooses for us in fasting, say that we should take our fasting after Salat when the sky is blue. And then we should break our fasting after Salat Maghrib, before Salat when the sky is blue. There's no Imam has ever said about it. There's no Imam has ever said about it. Then that one, are they trying to tell us that Prophet Muhammad didn't deliver the message? Are they trying to tell us that Prophet Muhammad didn't deliver the message? You see, that hadith of Prophet Muhammad is not an explanation one. But what is explaining that Prophet Muhammad had Allah. Therefore, whosoever follows the teaching of the hadith, he has misled himself. Then, the Imam that comes to preaching used to tell you that you are going to enter paradise, you are going to enter paradise. Are you sure that you are going to enter paradise? Why the command of Almighty Allah you are not following? Allah said, give us command said, Wala tajal suratka. Allah said, give us command said that وَقُلُوا وَشْرَبُوا حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ ثُمَّ أَتِمُّوا الصِّيَامَ. He said, eat and drink unto white red down appear to you the same from black red. Then break your fasting till nightfall. That is after Salat Subhi, when the sky is blue. That's time that's white red down appear to you the same from black red. Because that time is submitted, it's tiny. It's not white, it's tiny. Then that time Allah commands us to take fast. Then he now says, Summa atimmu, break your fasting till nightfall. That is after Salat Maghrib, before Salat when the sky is blue. So you see, the same time you take fast, that same time you break your fast. Then you now wait for and take your fasting before Salat Subhi when the sky is with darkness. You take your fasting in the darkness. Then you now wait for and break your fasting before Salat Maghrib when the sun is hiding, when the sun is there. See, you take your fasting in the darkness, you break it. And then when our Imam that used to preach, used to tell you that you are going to enter paradise, you are going to enter paradise. Are you sure that you are going to enter paradise? Therefore, the Old One has proved to us that the Muslims did that they are allowed, that are taking their fasting in the darkness and then breaking the day, they will not enter the paradise that is inside the Old One. Because that fasting that you are taking before Salat Subhi when the sky is with darkness, and then break up your fasting before Salat Maghrib when the sun is hiding, when the sun is there, that one is not written inside the Old One. Therefore, the Old One has cast outside, and the Old One has rejected. And then that one has proved to us that Muslims that they are taking their fasting at that particular time and they break their fasting after, they will not enter the paradise that is inside the one. But I doesn't know whether the Arab Imam that give you that command, they have a paradise which they consider that they put in, and they have a paradise which they created that they put in. Therefore, any Muslim who want to enter the paradise that is inside the one, except those one who follow the command of Almighty Allah, the way Allah wanted, how He wanted, exactly the way He wanted. Those one they are the one that enter the paradise that is inside the one. This one is not from me, but it's one that proves so. Therefore, that fasting that you are taking in the darkness and then breaking the day, the whole one has cast it outside, has rejected, has cast outside, throw it back to them, has rejected. So you see, whatever Allah doesn't want, that's what they are telling to do. Whatever they are telling to do is not written inside the whole one. Then again, about a way between, meaning the best one which Allah teaches for us in Salat, for you to know it well. Let me show you. You see, when you look at the sky has three signs: the sign of brightness, and the sign of darkness, and the sign of when the sky is blue. Then when we come to the one, when the sky is with brightness, that is from morning to the evening. That's a long distance, so it takes almost 12 hours. You see, that time is very wide. That's the first one. Then when the sky is with darkness, that is from the night to daybreak. That's a long distance, so it takes almost 12 hours. You see, that time is very wide. That is second part one. But when the sky is blue, you see, it's some minute. It takes some minute. You see, that time is not white, it's tiny. That is third one. That's waved in, that's what Almighty Allah. Then the name of the waved with Almighty Allah, that is first one. So the white thread that comes, the white thread down appear, the white thread down appear to you distinct from black thread. That is when the sky is blue. Because that time is submitting. That time is no white, is tiny. The white thread that comes in between the brightness and darkness, that is when the sky is blue. Because that time is submitting, is tiny. Then that time, that is after Salat to swing. When the sky is blue, then that is time that Allah command us to stop eating, then to take off fasting. Then that time, that is after Salat before Salat, when the sky is blue. Then that time that Allah command us to break a fasting. You see, the same time you take a fasting, that same time you break a fasting. Then when the sky is blue, that is Torah, that's Webdi, that's with Matala. Then the name of you, Matala, that's Plus, which Allah is explained in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2, verse 1 and 8. And some said, وَقُلُوا وَشْرَبُوا حَتَّى يَتَبَيَّنَ الْخَيْطُ الْأَبْيَضُ مِنَ الْخَيْطِ الْأَسْوَدِ مِنَ الْفَجْرِ ثُمَّ أَتِمُّوا الصِّيَامَ إِلَى اللَّيْلِ. He said, eat and drink unto white thread, that appear to you distinct from black thread, then break a fast tonight. So you see. And then that is after Salat, when it gets blue. That time that Allah command us to stop eating. We need to take a fast. And then that time, that is after Salat, before Salat, when the sky is blue. Then when the sky is blue, that is Torah, and that's Webdi, that's with Matter. Then the name of your due, that is Basarba. So you see, that's how it is. Then again, when we come to the leaf, look at the leaf in my hand. You see, the right hand side of the leaf, you see, is long, it's very wide. That is first of all. The left hand side of the leaf, you see, is very wide. That's second part. It's long, it's very wide. That's second part. Then the line that comes in between the leaves, you see, is tiny. That is third part. That's what all matter for standing all the leaf. And then when you check all the leaf, you find it with that line. That's again when you come to our body, look at it, the line in our body. Then the right hand side of one body, you see, it's long, it's very wide. That's first part. The left hand side of one body, you see, it's long, it's very wide. That's second part. Then the line that comes to the human body, you see, is tiny. It's not wide. It's tiny. That is third part. That's what all matter for standing all human body. And then we check all human body, you find it with that line. Then again when we come to the Salat, that Allah give us command. Allah said, what said, Wala tajal salatka. Don't allow the salat. You see, when you allow the salat, if you allow the salat the way the Muslim of this is allowing the salat, you see somebody that is from far place will be hearing your citation. You see that one is long, is wide. You see that is first one. Allah said, one said, Wala tajal salatka. Don't allow the salat. To the extent that the Muslim of this went forth and they allowed their salat, to the extent that they are using loudspeaker so that somebody that is from far place will be hearing. You see, that one is an insult. It's an insult. Allah said, give a command, said, Wala tajal salatka. Don't allow the salat. Then we now wait for and louder salat. Disobey Allah, louder salat, to the extent that somebody that is from, to the extent that Muslim, they are using loudspeaker so that somebody that is from far place will be hearing. You see, that's why it's an insult. So if you loud the salat where the Muslim of this are louding the salat, you see that somebody that is from far place will be hearing your citation. You see that one is long, is wide. That is first of all. Then Allah said, now give us second command, said, Wala tuqabiya, you hide it. Then if you hide your salat, which is salat, meaning if you loud the salat, which is salat suhi, salat, part of salat, part of salat. Then if you hide the salat, which is salat zuhri, salat asr, part of salat, part of salat. If you hide your salat, then you see that one is long, it's very wide. That's second part of one. Then concrete proof for you to know that hiding salat is very wide. You see, when we go Surah Al-Taha, chapter 21, verse 7 said, وَإِن تَجْهَرَ بِالْقَوْلِكَ فَإِنَّهُ يَعْلَمُ السِّرَّ وَأَخْفَى. If you loud your invocation, then Allah knows secret and which is yet more hiding. If you loud your salat, then Allah knows secret and which is yet more hiding. Meaning, فَإِنَّهُ يَعْلَمُ السِّرَّ وَأَخْفَى. Allah knows secret and which is yet more hiding. You see, that one is very wide. So Allah said, now warn you, said, Wala tuqabiya. No, you hide it. Then don't hide your salat. If you hide your salat the way the Muslims of this days are hiding their salat, then you see it's long, it's very wide. That is second part of one. Then Allah said, give us third command, said, but follow the way in between. Then this way between is for you to adjust your voice. Meaning you will not allow the hiding. Unless somebody come closer to you, as if you will be hearing, as if this particular person is reciting all your recitation in salat, all your recitation in tasbah, all your recitation in dua, you will adjust voice, meaning you will not allow loud it, no hiding. Unless somebody come closer to you, you will hear it as if this particular person is reciting. You see, that one is not wide, it's tiny. That is third one. That's with all matter. Then the name of the way between with all matter, that is best one. So you see, that is how you will take no the away between, meaning the best one which Allah searches for us in salat. Then they fast. Then You see it. So look at it. Then our salat and fasting is not the command of Almighty Allah that is necessary one. The salat that we are performing, that the Muslims of these days are performing, the whole one has rejected. Then the fasting that they are performing, the Muslims of these days are performing, the whole one has rejected. Then what remain the Muslims of these days? What remain the Muslim of the whole world would do that will please Allah with? What remain the Muslim of the whole world would do that will please Allah with? So you see, whatever Allah doesn't want, that's what they are telling you. Whatever they are telling you to do is not written inside Quran. That's again when we come to the ablution. They say that the Arab Imam, criminal Arab Imam, went forth and said that repeating 3 times at the time of ablution is not written inside the Quran except with help of the hadith with no order. Say that repeating 3 times at the time of ablution is not written inside the Quran except with the help of the hadith with no order. Why this repeating 3 times at the time of ablution is in where Allah said divide one into 3 parts. Where Allah said give us command said Wallah tajah surat, don't allow the salat. You see that is first one. The second command said Wallah tuhadiya, don't hide the salat. You see that is second part one. Then the third command said wabtagi bayna zalika, but follow it. You see that is third one. So you see the whole one has been divided into 3 parts. Allah said divide one into 3 parts. Then philosophy behind the division of the whole one into 3 parts has no end. Then because of Allah has divided one into 3 parts, that's why you see when you come to ablution, you wash your hand 3 times at the time of ablution. Because of Allah has divided one into 3 parts, that's why you see when you come to ablution, you wash your mouth 3 times at the time of ablution. Because of Allah has divided one into 3 parts, that's why you see when you come to ablution, you wash your nose, you put water in your nose 3 times at the time of ablution. Because of Allah has divided one into 3 parts, that's why you see when you come to ablution, you wash your face 3 times at the time of ablution. Because of Allah has divided one into 3 parts, that's why you see when you come to ablution, you wash your hand from head to the elbow 3 times at the time of ablution. Then the remaining completion of ablution is in Surah Al-Ma'idah, chapter 41, verse 6 said, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu idha qumtum ila salati faghsulu wujuhakum wa aydiyakum ila al-marafiq famsahu bi ru'usikum wa arjulakum ila al-ka'bayn. They say, oh you who believe, when you intend to perform salat, wash your face, then wash your hand from head to the elbow, then rub by passing wet water over your head, and then wash your feet to the ankle. Then Allah said, famsahu bi ru'usikum, rub by passing wet water over your head. As you rub your head, that's the way you rub your ears. You have to rub your head first before you rub your ear. You have to rub your head first before you rub your ears. Then head and ears all together is head. You see, this one is in that knowledge is in the arrangement of the word one. Treat the word one with respect. Arrange the word one the way Allah arrange it, the way Allah put it, the way Allah say. The one that He first mentioned, you do it for the second one. You see every command of Almighty Allah is following one another the way Allah arranged it. You see everything is happening one after the other the way Allah arranged it. That is rubbing the head and rubbing ears is in where Allah is in the arrangement of the word one. That is another knowledge of the one. When you go to my text, you find the full explanation there. Then the way you rub your head, that's the way you rub your head. You have to rub your head first before you rub your ears. Then your head and ears all together is head. Then the verse said, وَأَرْجُلَكُمْ إِلَى الْكَعْبَيْنِ. Then you wash your feet up to ankle. This is full ablution. This is full ablution written inside Quran. So you see, and then look at it, this leaf. Because of Allah has one to three, look at it. The right hand side leaf, that's first one. The left hand side leaf, that's number one. Then the line that drawn and coming to the leaf, that is third one. Because of Allah has one to three, that's why I see all the leaf you find them divided into 3 parts. And then when you check the leaf, you find them divided into 3 parts. Look at it, the line in the ground about it. Look at it. The right hand side of one body, that's first one. The left hand side of one body, that's number one. Then the line that drawn and coming to the one body, that is third one. That's third one. Because of Allah has one to three, that's why I see you see all the one body find it divided into 3 parts. Then when you go to the animal, we want to live in the forest, we want to live in the house, we want to live inside water, and belly, and you find them, their body like this, divided into 3 parts. You go to the granite, you see a line in between the granite, you see the granite divided into 3 parts, one side, the one colano, you see a line draw in between it. That's the way that to follow and pin the colano. You see the whole one divided, colano divided into 3 parts, one side, the one into 3 parts. Then again, when you go to hair of the bed, when you check the hair of the bed, you see line like this. See divided into 3 parts, one side, one 3 parts. When you go to the body of bed, you find this line like this. You see body of bed divided into 3 parts, Allah side, one. When you look at the sky has 3 sides, the side of brightness, the side of darkness, and the side of one sky. That's a concrete proof for it. For the division of one into 3 parts, the philosophy behind it has no end. Then this is a warning to the Muslim of the whole world. This is a warning to the Muslim of the whole world. Anyone that believes on what Arab Imam said to them, said that repeating 3 times at the time of ablution is not written inside the Quran, and some of the help of the hadith will know that, then you should know to yourself that you have believed that the Holy Quran is not complete. Any Muslim that believes on what Arab Imam told them, that they are repeated 3 times at the time of ablution is not written inside the Quran, and some of the help of the hadith we will know all that, then you should know to yourself that you have believed that the hadith of Almighty Allah, which is what God has sent Prophet with, is not complete. Then that's the word. And I'll prove it to you that the whole one is complete. I will prove it to you. And then when we go to Surah Al-Hijr, chapter 15, verse 9, said, we send out reminder, and then we get it from every corruption. Meaning we send out the whole one. We get it from every corruption. Then for you to know that Allah has guided the whole one, fully guided. You see when we go to Ramadan, chapter 74, verse 30, said, on top of it are 19. These 19 are 19 angels. Then how will you know that on top of it are 19? You see, it's not hard. When you check every surah in the whole one, you find Bismillah ar-Rahman on top of every surah in the whole one. Then when you count the alpha Bismillah ar-Rahman, you saw it 19. That's 19 angels. So that's the translation of on top of it are 19. Then again, when you count the alpha Bismillah ar-Rahman, you saw it 19. When you count finish, then you count surah, you count all the surah in the whole one. From Fatiha to Nas, you saw it 114 surah. Then when you count finish, then you take this 19 angel and then divide 114 surah. How many you divide it? It will divide it 6 times without remainder. It will divide it 6 times without remainder. You see, no add, no delete, no add, no reduce. This one has shown that all the surah that is inside one, that is mentioned inside one, is complete and is guided. Then you cannot bring forth your own surah. Adding to the surah Allah has mentioned inside one, and then you cannot do it. Also the same, you cannot bring your own verse adding to the surah which Allah has mentioned inside one, and then you cannot do it. Also the same, you cannot bring your own word added to the surah which Allah has mentioned inside one, and then you cannot do it. Also the same, you cannot bring your own alpha adding to the surah which Allah has mentioned inside one, and then you cannot do it. Also the same, you cannot bring your own dot adding to the surah which Allah has mentioned inside the whole one, and then you cannot do it. So you see, the whole one is complete and it's guided. If you try to bring a word or dot, then the whole one will cast it outside and then throw it back to you. If you try to bring your own word added to the surah Allah has mentioned inside the whole one, then the whole one will reject it, will cast outside and throw it back to you. Then again, if you like, you follow this rule. When you count the alpha Bismillah ar-Rahman, you saw it 19. Then when you count then you count the surah in the whole one. You saw it 140 surah. Then you take 19 and then divide 140 surah. When you divide it, you divide it 6 times. Then you will now, that 6 that they divided, then you will now take that 6. Then you will now count the alpha of the whole one from starting to the end, which is alifun, ba'un, ta'un, sa'un, jimun, ha'un, ka'un, dalun, zalun, ra'un, zayyun, sinun, shinun, swadun, badun, ta'un, za'un, ainun, gainun, fa'un, kafun, kafun, lamun, mimun, nunun, wa'un, ha'un, lam, alif, hamza, ya'un. You see that's 30 alpha. Then when you count finish, that's 30 alpha. Then when you count finish, then you bring that 6. Meaning you count, when you count finish, then you take 19 angel and then divide 114 surah. When you divide it, it will give you 6. Then that 6 that's given to you, then that 6, you will now take that 6 and then divide 30 alpha of the one. It will divide it 5 times. No added, no deleted, no added, no reduced. This one I show you that all the surah, everything inside of one is complete and guided. Any way you follow, the whole one is complete and guided. And then if you try to bring a word, the whole one will cast aside and then reject it and then throw it back. This one is a warning to the Arab Imam that went for that auto, the hadith and order. The whole one is rejecting it. So look at it. Then, so you see that lie that they lied to you, said that repeated 3 times at time of ablution is not inside one, and some with the help of the hadith will know that. You see, example of it is like Allah has created a human being. When Allah created a human being, and some with the help of somebody, that Allah will create a human being. See, that's the example of what they are saying. So if that lie that they lie, say that repeating 3 times at the time of ablution is not written inside one, and some with the help of the hadith, you see, that lie, the whole one has rejected. The whole one has cast it outside, and rejected and throw it back inside the whole one, where Allah said divide 1 into 3. But that's why you know that repeating 3 times at the time of God. So you see, whatever Allah doesn't want, that's what they are telling to do. Whatever they are telling to do is not written inside one. Just again when we come to Rak'ah of Salat, Arab Imam said that Rak'ah of Salat is not written inside one, and some with the help of the hadith will know that. Why Allah said in Surah Al-An'am chapter 6 of the Quran verse 38 said, ما من دابة في الأرض ولا طائر يطير في جناحين إلا أمم أمثالكم ما فرطنا في الكتاب من شيء ثم إلى ربكم يشرون. He said there's not a living moving creature on the earth, no a bed that flow to it, but are committed like you. We neglected nothing, but meaning everything is written as one. There's nothing that Allah neglected. Then summa ila rabbikum yashurun. Then to you Allah you shall all be gathered. So see, Allah said that we neglected meaning everything is written as one. Then Krishna Arab went forth and said that this rakah of salat, number of rakah of salat is not written as one. Then this is a warning to the Muslim of the world. Anyone that believes on what Arab Imam tell them that the number of rakah of salat is not written inside one, except with the help of the hadith who know that, then you should know to yourself that you have believed that the hadith of Allah, which is Holy Quran, that Allah said Prophet Muhammad with, is not complete. Anyone that believes on what Arab Imam tell them that the rakah of salat, number of rakah of salat is not written inside one, except with the help of the hadith, then you should know to yourself that you have believed that the hadith of Allah, which is Holy Quran, is not complete. It's like the example of what they are saying is like Allah said, except with the help of somebody, Allah said created a human being. That is what they are saying. So anyone that believes on what Arab Imam tell them that rakah of salat, number of rakah of salat is not written inside one, except with the help of the hadith, we know that. Then you should know to yourself that you have believed that the whole Quran is not complete. And then I prove to you that the whole Quran is complete. And then this number of rakah of salat is in the second translation of the Quran from Fatiha to Nas, which is the number that we are counting. This number of rakah salat is in the second translation of the Quran, which is number that we're counting. Those numbers that we're counting, you see, is a question to you. Where did we got those numbers? Where did it start from? Where did it got it? Then the rakah of salat, the number of rakah salat is in the second translation of the Quran from Fatiha to Nas, which is number that we're counting. When you go to my number 1 to 200, 200 days, 200, 200, 204, 205, 206, you'll find the explanation of it. Audio text, you'll find a full explanation of it. Then, so you see, then this rakah of salat, when you go to the side, chapter 1, verse 3, Allah mentioned this number of rakah of salat. Then again, when you go to the FOREFATHER, chapter 1, verse 1, Allah mentioned this number of rakah of salat. So you see, Allah mentioned this number of rakah of salat. So look at it. So that lie that they lied to you, say that the rakah of salat, number of rakah of salat is not written inside one, except with the help of the hadith who know that. You see the whole Quran has cast outside, the whole Quran has rejected that lie and then throw it back. You see, whatever Allah doesn't want, that's what they are telling you. Whatever they are telling you is not written inside the whole Quran. Then again, about the hadith that those criminal Arab auto. You see, if Arab Imam will come earlier when they author their books, if they have come earlier and explained to the Muslim of the world, say that this book that we author is a translation of the Holy Quran that Prophet Muhammad did. You see, we the Muslim, we will have a little bit belief on it. If Arab Imam come forward as earlier and then explain to the Muslim that this book that we author all is what is an explanation of the Holy Quran, is translation of Quran, what is a translation of Quran that Prophet Muhammad did write it on their book, we will have a little bit belief on it. But they didn't do that. They went for an author, they had it share equality with Allah hadith, lying on Prophet. So you see, then the Holy Quran has rejected that one, cancel it and then throw it back to them. And then Prophet, what they do, they translate the Holy Quran. All the Prophet come, they translate the hadith of Almighty Allah. And then you also, when you take the hadith of Almighty Allah, you go and preach one. That's the translation. When you are explaining, you are translating. That's the translation. Preach, fight in the cause of Allah. That's it. Then that by doing so, you have followed the footsteps of Prophet. That's it. Then again, you see, whatever Allah doesn't want, that's what they tell you. Whatever they tell you is not written somewhere. Then again, when we come to the Sunnah, the word Sunnah, which is when we go to Surah Allah have his own Sunnah inside the verse of the Quran that never changed. Then Prophet now went for and got his own Sunnah. According to what Arab Imam said, Allah have his own Sunnah inside the verse of the Quran that never changed. Then Prophet now went for and got his own Sunnah. And then this word Sunnah. Then, as a result of this, what as a result of this, that Arab Imam said, then I come with a question. And then that question is in Surah Al-Isra in chapter 72, verse 77 says, Sunnatum man qad arsalna qablaka min rusulina wa lan tajid sunnatana tawila. This our sunnah with the messenger that we said before you, Prophet Muhammad. Wa lan tajid sunnatana tawila. You will never see any alteration in our sunnah. Allah created his messenger, all his messenger. Then he now sent them with his own sunnah. Before you, Prophet Muhammad, say, Wallan tajid sunnatana tawila. You will never see any alteration in our sunnah. Then the question that I'm asking Arab Imam, down to the Imam of the world, down to the Muslim world, that went for and said that from some have sunnah. Then where are the prophet which Prophet himself created since the time of Prophet Adam alayhi salam down to this time, and then sent them with his own sunnah, the way Allah created Prophet Adam alayhi salam down to this Prophet Muhammad sallam, and then sent them with his own sunnah? Where are they? There's a question. I'm waiting for the answer from Arab Imam down to the Imam of the world, down to the Muslim of the world that went forth and said that Prophet Muhammad have sunnah. Where are the prophet which Prophet Muhammad created and then sent them with his own sunnah? Since the time of Prophet Adam alayhi salam down to this time, the way Allah created Prophet Adam alayhi salam down to this prophet, all his prophet down to this Prophet Muhammad sallam, and then sent them with his own sunnah. According to what this verse says, Sunnatum man qad arsalna qablaka min sunnah. This our sunnah with the messenger we said before you, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You never see any alteration of sunnah. Then if Prophet Muhammad have sunnah, then where are his own prophet which he created since the time Prophet Adam and then send them with his sunnah down to this time, and then send them with his own sunnah, the way Allah created Prophet Adam down all his prophet down to this Prophet Muhammad and then send them with his own sunnah. This is a question that I'm waiting for the answer from Arab Imam down to the Imam Road, down to the Muslim Road that went for and said that Prophet Muhammad have sunnah. Then so again, say about sunnah. Allah expressed this sunnah that we are saying is all the natural things, all the command of Almighty Allah. That means sunnah. That is one of sunnah that never change. Then so again, all the things that Allah created, that is one of the sunnah that never change. And then which Allah said in Surah Al-Ahzab, chapter 31, verse 62 said, Sunnatullahi fil ladina khalaw min qabl wa lan tajid sunnatullahi tabdila. That is Sunnatullahi with the case of those who pass away with all, and then you will never see anything Allah sunnah. That is Sunnatullahi with the case of those who pass away with all, and then you will never see anything Allah sunnah. Then when I ask you, if I ask you, say that what are the things of Almighty Allah that never change? You see, you would. The salah that we are performing, it never changed. That is one of the salah that never changed. Fasting that we are performing, it never changed. That is one of the salah that this salah that we are performing. People that come forward, they are performing salah to Almighty Allah. We also we are performing salah to Almighty Allah. Down to our great grandchildren, our great grandchildren, they will still be performing salah to Almighty Allah. You see, that never changed. That is one of the salah that never changed. When we come to the fast also never changed. That is one of the salah that never changed. The people that come forward, they are performing salah to Almighty Allah. Fasting to Almighty Allah. Down to this time, we are performing fasting to Almighty Allah. Down to our great grandchildren that were rather than they say perform fasting to Almighty Allah. That never said. That is one of the sunnah that never said. Just again, when we come to the scene that we are seeing with the eyes, the people that come forth, Allah created with the eye, they are seeing with it. Down to this time, Allah created us with our eyes, and then we are seeing with it. Down to our great grandchildren that were rather than Allah will create with the eye, and then they will be seeing with it. You see, that never changed. That is one of the sunnah that never changed. Just again, when we come to the walking that we are walking with our leg, the people that come first, Allah created with their leg, and then they are working with it. Down to this time, Allah created with our leg, and then we are working with it. Down to our great grandchildren that will run on the back, Allah will credit with their leg, and then they will see the working with it. You see, that never changed. That is one of the Sunnatullahi that never changed. Then, son that Allah created. The people that come first, they have seen the son that Allah created. We also we are. Down to this time, we are seeing the son that Allah created. Down to our great grandchildren that will run on the back, they will be seeing the son that Allah created. That never changed. That is one of the sunnah that never changed. The moon that never, Allah created never changed. Stars never changed. Sky never changed. That is one of the sunnah that never changed. Grass never changed. Leaves never changed. Trees never changed. Mountain never changed. That is one of the sunnah that rain that created never changed. That's all never changed. That is one of the sunnah that Fire, the like never change. That animals, birds, never change. That is what the philosophy behind it has no way. Then look at it, what Arab Imam did here. Instead of them, then look, Arab Imam here, look at what they do here. They wait for and use word fara'id. Farad. On Allah say that Allah is the owner of farad. Farad, what is farla? Then they now wait for and use word sunnah that can never be used by anyone except Almighty Allah say he knows of Prophet Muhammad said that Prophet is the owner of sunnah. Then they now use word hikmah. Then they now leave word hikmah. They now leave word hikmah inside the word one that Allah is giving to the Prophet. Instead of them to bring it outside and explain to the Muslim what hikmah means, they now leave the word hikmah inside the word one. He leave the word hikmah inside the word one that Allah give it to the Prophet, and then he give to whom he want, whom he please. He leave it inside the word one. So look at it. Then let me make it clear to you. It's, so see, Fara'idu and Sunnah is the same meaning. It is name that is different. Fara'idu means Sunnah. Sunnah means Fara'id. Faradu means Sunnah. Sunnah means Faradu. Faradu means Sunnah. Sunnah means Faradu. It's the same meaning. It is name that is different. When you look at it, when we come to our salat is Faradu. Faradu means compulsory. Compulsory means command of Almighty Allah that will be doing constantly. So see, this salat that you are saying is farad. The people that come forward and perform salat to Almighty Allah, you see, is compulsory. Down to this our time, we are performing salat to Almighty Allah. That's farad, compulsory. Down to our great grandchildren that will run on about, so we perform salat to Almighty Allah. That is farad, compulsory. Farad means command of Almighty Allah that will be doing constantly. Command of Almighty Allah that will be doing, that will be following constantly. Things of command of Almighty Allah that will be seeing, things of that Allah created that will be seeing constantly. Command of Almighty Allah that will be hearing constantly. Command of Almighty Allah that will be feeling constantly like air. Hot, all that one. Happy, all that one is farad. Says it. Then fasting, that is farad. Farad. The people that come forward and perform fasting to Almighty Allah. That's farad. Compulsory. Down to this our time where perform fasting to Almighty Allah. That's farad. Compulsory. Down to our great children that to rather about the two perform fasting to Almighty Allah. That's farad. Compulsory. So see, farad. Then that farad, that means sunnah. Farad means sunnah. And then when you go inside one, Allah said, "Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila." You never see any notation of sunnah. Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila. You never see any change Allah sunnah. See the people that come for us. The people that come before us, they are performing salah to Almighty Allah. That never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Then down to this one, we have performed fasting to Almighty. We have performed salah to Almighty Allah. It never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to our great children that rather than about the two perform fasting, you perform salah to Almighty Allah. It never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. You see, farad and sunnah is similar. It is name that is different. Also, when we come to salah, also when we come to fasting, the people that come first, they are perform fasting to Almighty Allah. It never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to our time, we are perform fasting to Almighty Allah. It never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to our great children that were rather about the two perform fasting to Almighty Allah. It never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. You see, farad and sunnah is similar. Farad and sunnah, farallah and sunnah is similar. Meaning farad and sunnah is similar. It is name that is different. So you see, that's why get where we come today. Our eye that Allah created for us. The people that come for us, Allah created eyes for them, and then they are seen with it. That's farad compulsory. Down to our time, Allah created with the eyes, and then we are seen with it. That's farad compulsory. Down to our great children that rather than about Allah created with the eyes, and then they will see with it. That's farad compulsory. So see, then that farad means sunnah. And then when we start one, Allah say, "Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila." You never see any alteration of sunnah. Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila. You never see any change Allah sunnah. So see, the people that come first, Allah say credit with the eye, and then they are see with it. It never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to this one time, Allah say credit with the eyes, and then we are see with it. It never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. Down to our great children that rather about Allah say credit with the eye, and then we see with it. It never change. That is one of the sunnah that never change. So see, So say Faradun and Sunnah is simply the difference. Just like the way you look at the sky, the dark red, or the natural to the dark red, when you look at it. The people that come forth, they have been seeing the sky, the dark red, or the natural to the dark red. That is Faradun composite. Down to our tab, we have seen the sky, the dark red, or the natural to the dark red. That is Faradun composite. Down to our greater children that will rather the back, they should see the sky, the dark red, or the natural to the dark red. That is Faradun composite. Then that Faradun means Sunnah. Then we go to one, Allah says, Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila, you never see any what tradition also. Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila, you never see any change Allah. So see, the sky that are created, the people that come forward, they are seeing the sky that are created, and all the answers that are created, it never changed. That is one of the sunnah that now we have seen the sky that are created, and all the answers that are created, it never changed. That is one of the sunnah that never changed. Down to our great children that rather on our back, they will see the sky that are created, and all the rest of the Allah created, it never changed. That is one of the sunnah that never changed. So you see, Faradun and Sunnah is same meaning. It is named that is different. And then this Faradun and Sunnah, there's no one can use it except Almighty Allah alone. So you see, the question that I'm asking Arab Imam, down to the Imam of the world, down to the Muslim of the world that went forth and said that Prophet Muhammad have Sunnah, to the extent that they say that the marriage is a Sunnah of Prophet. You see, when we go to the Holy Quran, Allah said, this marriage, Allah give us command to marry inside the Holy Quran. That's the command of Almighty. Then, this marriage that we are saying, that is Farad. Farad means all the command of Almighty Allah. That is Farad, and then that is Sunnah. Farad means all the nature that Allah created. That is Farad, that's Farad, and then that is Sunnah. Farad means all the nature that Allah created. Then Sunnah means all the nature that Allah created. Farad means all the command of Almighty Allah. That never change. Sunnah means all the command of Almighty Allah. That never change. All is the same meaning. Then the question that I'm asking, Arab Imam, down to the Imam, down to the Muslim of the world that went forth and said that marriage is a Sunnah of Prophet. Then Allah created us. You see, this marriage is a command of Almighty Allah. When you go inside the Holy Quran, when you go to the Holy Quran, you see that Allah right said that we should marry. Then this marriage that you are seeing, the people that come forth, Allah created them with their wife, and then He gave them command to marry. That is compulsory. That's Faradun compulsory. Down to this time, Allah created with our wife, and then He gave us command to marry. That is Faradun compulsory. Down to our great children that will run on the back, Allah will credit them with their wife, and then He will give them command to marry. That is Faradun compulsory. So see, then that Faradun means Sunnah. And then when you go to the Quran, Allah says, "Wallan tajid sunnah tabdila." You never see any change Allah Sunnah. Wallan tajid sunnah ta'wila. You never see any tradition Allah Sunnah. Wallan tajid sunnah tabdila. You never see any change Allah Sunnah. The people that come forth, Allah credited them with their wife, and then He gave them command to marry. He never changed. That is one of the sunnah they never changed. Down to this our time, Allah credited with a wife, and then He gave us command to marry. It never changed. That is one of the sunnah they never changed. Down to our great grandchildren that will run on the back, Allah will credit with their women, and then He gave